Recording.
All right, what is the lowest cost?
4, no, 1.
1. Where do we have the 1? Which cell?
AZ.
So we have the least cost here. Can you see the least cost?
Yeah.
All right, can you see the least cost now? We have it here. This is the least cost. Now, the least cost belongs to A, and it also belongs to what? Z. That is where we have the least cost. On the row, it belongs to row A. On the column, it belongs to column Z.
Z.
Yes, under the row A, look at the total quantity. What is the supply quantity? 100. Under the column Z, what is the demand quantity? Look at the total quantity demanded, 160.
160.
The law says that we give the lower quantity. We allocate the lower quantity. That means we are now comparing 100 and 160. Which quantity are we going to allocate? The lower quantity.
No?
100.
100. Because 100 is lower to 160. So we allocate 100.
Yeah.
We allocate it here. Now, this A wants to supply 100. He has supplied the 100. There's nothing again for him to supply. Immediately, you cross it out and take 0. Make it 0. But Z is in need of 160 bags of cement. He has only gotten 100. What does he need left?
60.
So
60.
Reduce it to 60.
Sorry, please excuse me.
All right.
Hello?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Okay. Okay, I was about to say you should please let me in on my PC. I don't know, but like, yeah.
Okay, you're in already.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. I can say split me. All right. Fit me. All right. All right. Now, what is the next least cost after 1?
Oh.
3. Where do you have the 3? BX.
X.
B to the column, X, B to the row, X to the column.
Oh.
Please mute your mic, please. Now look at the quantity. The quantity under B is 200. Why the quantity is that? Please, Nokia 1.4, mute your mic, please. Thank you. Now, what quantity are we going to give to this BX? What quantity are we going to give to it?
90.
90.
Hello?
Of 90 and 200. So he gets 90. Since we have allocated the whole 90, this is out. Out of 200, we have allocated 90. The balance is 110. We cannot cancel out row B because we are yet to allocate the 200 bags. It's only 90 we have allocated. So we are still looking for buyer of 110 bags. After 3, the next least cost is supposed to be 4. This 4. But 4 is already gone with this allocation A, the first allocation we made. So what is the next least cost now? Five. The 5 belongs to CZ. This is the 5, the next least cost. The demand is 60, while the supply is 100. What's 150? What is it going to get?
60.
Yes.
60.
This is out, 60 out. Out of 150, you are taking out 60. So the balance is what? 90.
90.
What is the next least cost after 5? It's supposed to be 7, but 7 has already gone with this first allocation. So it's not relevant again to our decision. 8. Now we have 3 of them. We have 2 of them rather. This is 8. This is 8. That means there's a tie. Now, which of these 8 are we going to select? This is the rule of breaking the tie. Now, if you look at it, you need to make supply the highest supply you can make anywhere you have a tie. That means maybe 2 customers are asking for your product and they are offering the same price. In this case, 8 naira, 8 naira. You need to allocate to the one that you sell more quantity to, because they are both offering 8 naira. Someone said, I want to buy 3,000 bags of cement. Another person said, I want to buy 100 bags, and they are both quoting 8 naira. You rather sell to the one that wants to buy more. Now, this 8 here, the 8 under BY, has the opportunity to supply 110 bags here. Meanwhile, this 8 has opportunity to supply what? 90 bags. So which of these 8 has more to supply?
120.
That's 110.
110.
That's
Are you see that means
BZ.
It's BY. BZ is already gone.
BY, not BZ.
It's this BY because it can supply 100.
BY.
Why this 8 can only supply 90? Just say go with the one that has higher quantity. So we are going to take this BY8 first. Now, this BY, look at the supply under B. The supply is 110. Under Y, the demand is 120. And we have to supply, we have to allocate the lower figure. What are we going to allocate?
110.
What quantity?
110.
110. That means you have allocated 110. If you add it to 90, you get this 200. So that means there's no more allocation we are going to do under B. Then the next least cost, since we have another 8, is this 8. Now you compare the supply of 90 to the demand of 80. What's it going to get?
Balance of 80.
Is going to get the lower figure, 80. 80 from 80 is 0. Here we still have what? 10 left.
Sorry, we are here to reduce. We are here to reduce the demand of Y.
That's 120.
Yes. Yes, immediately you reduce. Once you are making the allocation, immediately you reduce it. Now, if you look at this now, the next least cost after 8 is supposed to be 10. 10 is gone. After 10 is supposed to be 12. 12 has already gone. Then we are left with 16. The supply is 10. The demand is 10. We have no choice but to what? Allocate. 10 out of 10, 0. 10 out of 10 is 0. Can you see that at the demand, we have 0. At the supply end, you have 0. At this point, that means you have already done all the allocation. There's nothing left. If someone should walk into your store now, there's nothing to say. If someone should call you now from the project side that we need a bag of cement, you tell you don't have anything left. You have already allocated the 450. Now, from this now, if you can, you will need to now write out this allocation into a table this way. Bring them out in a table. The first allocation was AZ. What is the quantity? 100. At what price? 1 naira. That gives us 100. This is what we are talking about. This is cell A, and here we made allocation B X, B Y, C W, C Y, C Z. So write them out in a table. All right. The next one is BX. BX. So please, if you are If you have it there, just call them out for me. BX, what is total quantity?
80.
80. At what price?
3 naira.
3 naira. How much, please?
270.
BX is 90 and 3 now.
And now 90 multiplied by 3, 270 naira.
Oh.
No, we called 80 for me. He said BX. Do you have location?
90
It's 90 and 3, please.
is 270. 90 and 3 is 270.
I wrote 80. $90 and 3. What was the next allocation, please?
Why?
BY. What is the quantity?
110.
110 and what? What was the price?
89.
8 naira.
Yes.
So this is 880. Then what was the next allocation, please?
CW.
That is CW.
CW. Yeah.
What was the next one?
CY.
CY. What is CY?
CY is 10 times 16. 10 and 16.
160. Then what is that?
60 and 5.
On 5. That gives us 300. Add everything together. As to have 2,350. And if you look at the total quantity, is the 450 we are asked to what? Send out to transport. That is least cost method. Now, from here, if you are asked to proceed to optimal level using stepping stone, the essence is that they want to know, can we still reduce this for 2,350 naira? Can we still reduce it further? Can we still reduce it to like maybe 2,300 or 2,100 or even 2,000 naira? Because the aim is to minimize cost. Now, they want to know if you are able to reduce it, can we use any of your used cells? You agree with me that it's not all the cells here that we have used. We did use AW, AX, AY. We did use BW, BZ, then also CX. It's like saying go from Lagos to Ibadan. You can go from Lagos, pass through Imowe Bapu, take Lagos Ibadan expressway, you get to Ibadan. You can also go through Ikorodu, get to Ijebu-Ode, then you can get to Ibadan from there. Now we have decided with this least cost to pass through Lagos Ibadan. Now the Ikorodu Ijebu-Ode road to Ibadan that we didn't pass is the unused cells that they are considering for us that, okay, let's make use of any of these unused cells. Can we reduce the cost further? Instead of having 2,350, is it possible for us to reduce it further? Making use of unused cells. Now, can you please call the unused cells out for me, please? Those cells that we did not use in our initial allocation.
AW.
A, W, okay.
AX.
AX,
AX,
AY,
AY,
BW,
BW,
BZ,
BZ,
CX,
CX. How many do we have? We have 6 of them. AW, AX, AY, BW, BZ, CY. Now, these are the points we want to consider. That these routes, we didn't take them in our initial allocation. We didn't pass through it in our initial allocation, going to Ibadan. Now, let's look at if you pass through Ikorodu, can we reduce this cost further? Then that is what we want to, that is what this is telling us. Now, we have the cell listed that we have the closed path for each of these cells. Then the improvement, whether they are going to reduce our cost or increase our cost. Any question, please? Any question?
None yet.
All right, let's proceed. Now, AW, we want to look at the, because here we have closed parts. Let's look at the part for cell AW. AW, let's go to AW now and look at the parts. Now, please permit me to clean what we have on the board here on the screen so that we can see those parts one after the other. Please also be mindful of our initial allocation. We are still coming back to them, but want to see these parts. All right. What is the part we want to consider now? Which part are you considering?
AW.
AW. Please, can you call those allocations for me? Those allocations we made now.
AZ.
AZ, what's the allocation there? That is 100, right? Okay.
Yeah. BX.
BX, what's the allocation? 90.
90.
Okay.
BY.
Okay.
110.
110. Okay.
CW.
CW.
80.
80.
CY. 10.
CY. 10.
And CZ. 60.
All right. We have 6. Now, AW, we didn't make allocation to AW. Now, this is what this is. We are saying we are looking at stepping stone. Anywhere we have allocation, we call it what? A stone cell. This is what? A stone cell. Anywhere we didn't make allocation to, we call it what? Water cell. So AW is a water cell. Meanwhile, AZ is what? A stone cell. Now, our jumping now, we want to move because this is a water cell, water cell, water cell. We want to move. And in our movement, please note this. In our movement, you can either move left, right, up, down. You cannot move diagonally. Please, you cannot move diagonally. You can move from left to right, right to left, up, down, down, up. Don't move diagonally. Please, that is very, very key. We don't have to move diagonally. You can move up, down, left, right, or right to the left. And in our movement, we will be assigning what we call plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, or whatever. And in this, our plus, minus, please, we need to be careful. The plus must not be more than the minus sign. The minus sign must not be more than the plus sign. That means in our movement, the movement must be what? Even numbers. Hello? You know, it's when we distribute evenly that we have equal numbers.
Sorry, can you repeat that side? You said the plus sign cannot be more than, or the minus sign cannot be more than plus.
Yes. As we are moving, if you start from here, this will be plus, the next movement will be minus, this will be plus, the next one will be minus, this will be plus. That means as we are moving, each step plus, and the next step will take minus, the next step will take plus. But as putting those signs, minus must not be more than plus, plus must not be more than what? Minus. That means they must be what? Even. If you are moving, your plus can either be 3, your minus should also be what? 3. If your plus is 4, your minus must be 4. If your plus is 2, your minus must be what? 2. That's what we are talking about. Any question, please? Any question? Any question, please? Hello? Any question? Any question, please?
None for now.
None for now. All right. Why is this one not cleaning up? All right, let's move this our AW. And don't forget, in our movement, don't step on water. We are to move it onto the stone cells. If you move from AW, where is the next stone cell that we can move to?
Where are we moving from?
We are moving from AW. Don't forget the first one you say, as you are mentioned down here. What was the first one you say? AW. So we want to move from AW. Now, how do we move? Don't forget, anywhere there's no allocation, that is a water cell. This is a water cell. You cannot jump to this AX because it's also a water cell. And we cannot jump to AY because AY is also a water cell. But we can jump to what? AZ. Because that is a what? Stone cell.
So we must always move from stone cell to stone cell.
Yes, or from water cell to stone cell. You can't move from water to water. So where do we move to from AW now? Oh yeah, please tell me.
CW.
CW, this is AW2. That means this is 1. Please, as we are moving, that is 1. This is 1. This is 2, right? Oh yeah, where do we move to from here?
CY.
CY. This is water. We cannot jump into a water cell. This is water here. Oh, okay. CY is a stone cell. All right, we can move here. Is that what you said?
Yes, I said CY.
All right, that's number 3. Whereas, don't forget the sign. This will be plus, minus. This will be plus. All right, where do we go to? Now we have 2 plus, we have 1 minus sign. And I said it must be even. Where do we go to now?
CZ. CZ.
We are not to move diagonally. If you jump from here, how do you get to CZ? Our movement can either be like this, but not like this. So where do we move to?
C.
BY.
BY.
BY, okay. We move up here. This is number 4. And this will carry minus, all right? Where do we move to?
Hello, sir. Sorry. I'm not clear. I'm not clear. That's that movement. We are currently at CY.
Okay.
If we move to the right, is this diagonal?
If you move here, this is left. Oh.
We are currently at CY.
Yes, CY.
So if we make a movement to the right, is it diagonal?
No.
The next stone cell by the right, that's CZ.
CZ, we can move there. It's not diagonal. That means if you move from BY, right?
Yes, if we move from CY, it's CY.
We can move from CY to CZ. It's accurate.
Okay.
So we are here now. Where do we move to from here?
Yeah,
AZ and AZ.
AZ. Where are we moving from to AZ?
From CZ to AZ.
Don't forget this is where we are. We are BY. We cannot move down here from BY. It's not possible.
Okay.
So we can move up here. We can move like this. And we can move from here up here without stepping on this side.
And our destination is AZ now.
Yes.
Right?
Don't jump on the set twice. We have started from here. 1, 2, and set here 3. This is 4, but we cannot come down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, no problem. But you cannot go back here, but you can come up here. So any other person that want to try for us?
That should be our last place.
What did you say, madam?
That should be the last place now. There's no other physical point.
So how do we now
go to,
unless we are going back to AW?
No, we are not going
back to CY.
We are not going to jump twice.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you.
We can move from CW.
Okay. CW to where?
We are at BY now, right?
Let's start all over again. We are moving from here.
We can move to BS.
We are moving from here to where? Oh, yeah.
Are we starting afresh?
Where are we moving from?
From AW now.
Okay, where do we move to?
To
CW.
CZ, okay, this is 1. This is 2, right? This is 2. Where do we move to again?
AZ.
AZ. Did you just say AZ?
Yes.
From where?
From AW to AZ.
Okay, we should start from here, down here too. Okay, yes. Where do we move to?
CZ.
CZ 3.
I thought you said we're not supposed to cross ourselves.
See, we can, from here now, we cannot jump here because this is water. We cannot jump here. This is where we can jump to. You cannot jump here, but you can jump here. You can jump here. You cannot jump into this side, and you can move down here. Now, I said something that in your movement, you must distribute the signs evenly, the minus and the plus. So that means your jumping must give you 4, 6, or 8. Do you understand it now? Now, look at how I'm going to do my own movement now. You have all tried, but let me show you how I'm going to do my own movement. Now, look at the movement. I want to move from here. 1. I can jump into this side. 2. Now I can jump on this CY because it's what? It's a stone cell. But by the time I jump onto this will give me 3. I jump onto this, it will give me 4. I can move back here. This is 5. Then from 5, I go back here. But the sign will not be even. That means it's not compulsory I jump on this. I can move from 2 down to this. So that will give me, do you understand now? If 2 stone cells are going to make you to have an even number, skip 1. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the way it is now, I can now decide to jump from 1. This is 2. This will be my 3. This will be my what? 4. Then I'm back onto AW. Then I can distribute the number plus, minus, plus, minus. And if I want to go the other way around, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, I can say 1. This will be 2. This will be 3. This will be what? 4. It will still carry plus, minus, plus, minus. And I'm back into my AW. So you don't have to jump twice into any cell. Don't say because you are starting from AW, you want to jump back to AW. No. You have started from there. You don't need to jump back there into and count it. Sorry. This is our 80. Now, let's now do our jumping now so that I can correct. That means we are starting from here. AW. Don't forget the AW will be what? Plus AW. Where did we jump to next? AZ, right? Minus AZ plus CZ, right? Plus CZ minus CW. All right. Someone should write that one out so that when we get that, we will not forget. Someone should help us write that one out.
So I have a question.
All right, I'm with you.
Okay, if we go the other route,
Yes.
the other route, that's AW, CW, are we going to get the same value?
Let's try it. That means we want to move from AW, this plus AW minus CW, Abi,
CW,
plus CZ,
plus CZ
minus
minus
AZ.
AZ.
All right, let's look at it. AW, what is the cost of AW?
£4.
4. What is the cost of AZ? 1. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the cost of CZ? That is 5.
5.
And CW is 8. Now let's do the mathematics.
8.
4 minus 1 gives us 3. 3 plus 5 gives 8. 8 minus 8, what will it give us?
0.
0.
Now let's look at the other one. AW, this is 4. CW is what? 8. 3Z is what? 5. AZ is what? 1. 4 minus 8 gives us minus 4.
Minus 4.
So minus 4 plus 5 will give us what? Plus 1. 1 minus 1.
0. Okay.
That means the implication is that if you take route AW, it will not have effect on our cost because it is 0. It has no effect. Can you see it? For instance, if you go through Lagos, if you go through Ikorodu to Ijebu-Ode to Ibadan, you are still going to spend the same 2,350 naira. That's what this is telling us. And someone is telling you that, crucify you, that why you should have gone through Ikorodu to Ibadan. Why are you going through Lagos, Ibadan? And you did the calculation and you arrive at the same answer. You said that it will have the same effect. You are still going to burn the same 2,350. That is what that 0 means. You all understand that?
Yes.
All right, let's go to our cell and write it out. AW, so what are the parts? AW minus AZ, okay, plus
CZ.
C what?
CZ.
CZ
Z
minus
CW.
AW. So what would that give us?
CW.
C, right? CW. All right. All right. What are the, please call the figures for me, the cost.
4 minus 8
4 minus 8
plus 5
plus 5
not it. Oh.
minus
4 minus 1.
4 minus 1.
4 minus 1, not it.
All right.
Okay,
He
now
said
it's
it's
4
1.
Okay. Please. If someone should call you in an exam, you tell the person you are doing stepping stone, the person will leave you alone. Say, okay, after stepping stone, call me.
Okay, yeah.
All right. 5 minus what?
8.
8. So that gives us what? 0.
0.
So that means that part will not improve our cost.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you, sir.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you, sir.
He said it's 1.
Yes, we have put it.
Okay, yes, 5, 8, 1. Correct. Now.
All right. That
Right.
means this will not improve our cost. That route, that part will not improve our cost. Now let's go to AX and see the movement of AX. Let's look at AX. Let me rub everything again. Please don't change anything about your initial allocation or the allocation we have made earlier. We are still going to make use of them. All right, we are left with AX. How do we move AX? We are moving from here. So how do we move?
Let's go to BX.
Okay, 1, 2.
EX. Yes.
BY.
BY. Number 3.
CY.
CY.
4.
CZ.
CZ.
5. And 6.
And AZ.
Yes.
Are you see that you are back?
One,
That means this will be plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. If you decide to say plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, you still arrive at the same thing. So what are the routes now? Our AX, that is plus AX minus BX plus BY minus
Y
CY
plus this
CZ minus
AZ.
the sisters in the house are not talking, no. So this will be 7, right? What's BX?
Yes.
Okay, 7 minus 3 plus BY
8
minus CY plus 6Z, which is 5, then
5.
minus 6. What would that give us?
6.
7 minus 3 gives 4. 4 plus 8, 12. 12 minus 16, that's minus 4. Minus 4 plus 5.
Plus 5.
Sorry, is AZ 6?
1.
AZ.
Is
AZ is 6. Where's AZ? AZ is 1.
because
AZ is 1, yes. Not 6.
It's very, very. AZ is 1. So 7 minus 3 gives 4. 4 plus 8, 12. 12 minus 16.
12.
That's minus 4.
minus
So minus
Minus
4 plus 5.
1.
1 minus 1.
That's 0.
So that
0.
means this part will not also what? Improve our cost.
Yeah.
All right. Write it out so that
Excuse me.
I'm with you, madam.
I wanted to ask that if we move from AX
Okay.
and you move to BX and then go to BY and
Okay.
then go back to AZ, is that still possible?
So this is diagonal. You cannot move this way. Can you see? You cannot move this way. You can only move left to right, or you can move up and what? Down. You cannot move diagonally. You understand it now? Oh, you're welcome.
Okay.
So what is now our cost? This will not even improve our what? Cost table. That is the meaning. So let's go and write it out again, please. Let's go down and write that cost out. That part. So how did you move? Oh yeah, please call for me. AX minus
BX
BX plus
BY
BY minus
CY
CY plus
CZ
CZ minus AZ.
AZ.
All right. What's the figure that we have?
7 minus 3
7 minus 3
plus 8
plus 8
minus 16
minus 16
plus 5
plus 5
minus 1
minus 1, which gives us what?
0.
All right, any question?
Sorry,
I'm with
sorry.
you.
CZ is 6 now, it's not 5.
What is 6?
AZ is 1.
AZ is 1.
CZ.
Okay, CZ.
AZ is 5.
CZ, where is CZ? This CZ is 5. That's what we have here. This one is for this month. Hello? Are we on the right track?
Yes.
All right. So we need to now check for AY. So that means AWAS will not improve our cost. Let's go and look at part AY. Let's look at how we are going to. I want a lady to show us how we are going to move for AY. All right, please, how do we move for AY?
AY to BY.
Okay, please hold on. AY. Okay.
BY.
Where is AY? AY to BY. Okay.
To CY.
Where is CY?
To CZ.
Okay, CY, you said we'll move down. Okay.
To CZ.
Okay.
Then
Don't forget, this is 1. This makes it 2. This is 3. If you jump here, it's 4.
okay.
And when we move out here, it's 4. So
okay,
that means it's not
move.
compulsory for us to step on BY. Instead of BY, go to CY straight. Do you understand it now?
Okay.
So because it's going to make it odd, and you will not distribute design evenly, so that will contradict what we have been doing. So let's now move again. We are moving from here, right? Oh yeah, oh my sister. Hello.
That's from AY to C. From AY to the BY,
AY to
From
where?
AY. From AY
Mm-hmm.
to CY
Okay.
Then
to CZ
Okay.
to AZ.
So AZ. Then we move back. Can you see now that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that means AY minus CY plus CZ minus AZ. What would that give us in cost? That would be 7. What is CY? What is the cost?
CY is
16.
16 plus CZ is 5 minus 1. What would that give?
1.
7 minus 16 give us plus what? Give us minus 9.
Minus
9 plus 5.
5.
That's
Minus 5.
minus 4, Abi.
Minus 4.
So it will give us what?
4.
5.
Minus 5.
So that means part AY will reduce our transportation by what? 5 naira per unit. That means if you decide to carry 100 bags of cement from part CY, so 5 times 100 is what you are going to save from the cost. Do you understand? AY gives us negative. That means it's going to reduce our cost by what? 5 naira. So if you decide to say 20 bags times 5 naira through AY, that means we are saving how much? 100 naira from our 2,350. Do you understand it now?
yeah.
That is interpretation, but we are here to get there. Call the part for me. Let's put it in the table. Okay, we move from AY to where?
CY
CY.
CZ plus CZ.
So what would that give us?
7 minus 16 plus 5 minus 1.
Right? So let's look at the other unused cells. Let's look at their effects, whether they are going to increase our cost or reduce our cost. We have seen that out of the 3 unused cells, the first 3, only part AY will reduce our cost, while other parts will not have effect on our cost. All right, what part are we considering now? WXY. So we are left to BW. BW, how do we move? So that means we are starting from here.
BW to CW.
Okay. That means it's not compulsory we jump on. So BW to CW, right?
Yes.
Okay. To where again?
To CZ.
CZ. Okay. That means 1, 2, 3.
CY.
To CY.
Hello, sir.
And
Is our destination still AZ?
of course, our destination is BW. We are starting from BW, so that's our destination.
Yes. Okay, let's stop at CY and then BY.
We stop at CY.
CY then.
And CY.
So we don't need to move here, right?
Yes, let us stop at BY, then CY.
We are the one
and back to BX.
tomorrow. And we are back to what? BY, right?
Yes, and back to BX.
And back to BX.
X.
So how many times is that? 1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
No, doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
So you can move 1, 2, Abby, 3, 4. Then you are back here. You don't need to step here again.
Okay.
You
We
don't
don't
need to step.
need 4. We don't need 4.
Huh?
1,
Okay.
2.
One,
So if you
two,
step
three,
on
four.
both sides, it will make you what? Odd numbers. So you can move from here, jump down here. Instead of you stepping on this.
Okay.
The other way, if you want to
So
start
there will be no need for BX.
from here, jump here to, jump here to the, move back here. Do you understand it now?
Yes, sir.
So let your jumping be even number so that by the time you are putting plus or minus, minus
Okay.
will not be angry that you are using more of plus.
Okay.
Don't forget we had the 90 here.
Yeah.
All right, now let's move. 1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
then
4.
4.
And 4.
That's the end. So from here you can jump back here. So you don't need to step on this. So call it for us. BW minus CW, right?
Yes, CW
Minus
Plus CY
CY
minus BY.
minus BY.
The cost is now 8 minus, that's 12. It's not 8
No,
first.
12 minus
12 minus 8. 12 minus 8
plus 16
16 minus,
minus 8.
what would that give us? 12 minus 8 will give us positive 4. 4 plus 16, 20. 20 minus 8.
that's minus 12.
Is it minus?
Minus
Oh,
8.
12. So 12.
That is 12. 12.
That means this is even going to increase our cost by
Our
12
cost,
naira per
okay.
unit.
12. That's there for you.
So imagine if you take part BW, that means you are first going through Songo. You know, you are going to Ibadan, go through Songo, you go to Abeokuta, from Abeokuta, now heading to Ibadan. You are going to spend more. That's what this is telling us. So let's write it out. There. Lights. All right, call it for me, please.
BW
So yeah, sisters,
BW
you know,
minus CW
okay.
plus CY minus BY.
So what would that give us? That's 12 minus
12 minus 8 plus 16 minus 8.
minus 8.
Yes, sir.
I used to that one is giving us positive what? 12.
Yes.
Please, any question so far?
No, come back here.
180 from 140 to 1. He wants to chase me.
Sorry, I'm not hearing that too.
Come here. Look, chat.
Yeah, I'm okay, sir.
Okay, so Oya move up part through the next part.
BZ.
CX, right? Okay, BZ.
BZ, yes.
Move to CZ.
Okay, CZ. We are starting from here. Where do we move to? Yeah, where do we move to?
CZ.
So where?
The CZ to
Okay.
CY.
BY.
CY to
BY.
BY
To BY.
To BY.
1, 2, 3, 4. You understand? If you decide to move from here, down here, down here, down here. It's still the same thing. So
what if we move from BZ to CZ, from CZ to CY, CY to CW?
we are moving from where, please? Where did you call?
What if we move from BZ
Okay.
to CZ, then from CZ to BZ to C,
wait.
CY?
Sorry, please, again. From CZ, from BZ.
From BZ,
okay,
to CZ.
Where is CZ? Okay, down here, okay.
Yes, these two. Then to CY.
CY, okay.
And then to CW. That's
CW, okay. Continue, let's keep moving. This is our take-up point too. So how do
Just stop.
So there's water here. You cannot move here. This is diagonal.
okay.
Just stop.
So we cannot move that way.
Okay.
So, you're not taking us tomorrow. Please know where you are going
One more
to.
thing I've noticed. Hello.
I'm with you.
Yeah, one more thing. It's like we must always end with a stone cell, right?
Of course. You can jump from water to stone. You cannot jump from water to water. You want to move out of water.
Must we always end with a stone cell?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the thing is, you want to step on stone. So we are moving from water. You don't jump into another water because you want to escape. You understand? So you do for where a stone is, jump on that stone. For you to know that you want to rest, you must be resting on the stone. That, oh, finally, I'm on the stone. So our movement is from BZ minus what? CZ plus
CZ
CY
plus CY minus BY.
CY minus what?
BY.
So what would the cost be?
It should be 8 minus 5.
8 minus 5.
Plus 16.
Sorry, 8 minus 5.
Yes, plus 16.
Minus 8. Right?
9. That's 9.
Minus 8. So what would that give us?
It will give us 9.
11. 19 minus 8.
No, 8 minus 5 is 3 now. 3 plus 16, 19.
19 minus
positive, negative. 13 and 24.
It will be positive 11, right?
It will be positive, yes.
So it will be positive 11.
Yes.
So that means this is also going to increase our cost. That's
by 11
naira per unit. So whatever unit you decide to carry, be ready to borrow another. All right, let's write it out. What would that? Oh yeah, please call it out to
BZ minus CZ plus CY minus BY.
So what would that give us?
You have 8 minus 5 plus 16 minus 8.
That's plus 11, right?
Yes.
So that means that part, you know, what will increase our cost, and we are looking for a part that will reduce our cost. So we are left with how many parts now? We are left with only one part.
CX.
One or use, which is CX. So do CX and call the figures for me. Let me know how we are going to move.
Okay, CX.
CX will be
CX to, okay, CX to CY. CX.
There are
Okay.
someone
CX to BY.
let us know.
BY to CX to BX. Then to BY. Then back to CY.
CX.
Oh, yes. Random BX.
Can we do CX to CY to BY to
Okay.
No, CX, it will be CX, BX,
Position.
then to CY, and then down to CY.
So what would that give us? Do you all agree with him?
X? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Should end at BX now.
It will be CX
To CY.
to BY, no, BY, from BY to, no,
BX.
BX, from BX to BY, and then to CY.
You end up to be
We're
BY.
starting at CX now.
Either route, I think they're still the same now. Is that how we go CX, CY, BY, BX, or the other way? I think they're still the same. They're both even.
Okay.
Do you all
CX.
agree? So what will be the cost? Are we saving costs or are not saving costs?
CX to CY, CY to BY, and then to BX. I say this minus this, plus this minus 3. This minus this.
They're increasing cost too.
We are
They're going to
increasing
spend
costs.
money.
No.
Yeah.
If you move from CX to CY, then to BY, then end the journey at BS, you are going to have negative 1 naira.
-1.
No, we're not coming back to B.
Yes.
It's going to be +9.
Sisters are not talking, no. Are we adding or we are saving costs?
We
Yeah,
are adding cost.
You are saving 1 naira.
I got -1.
-1.
I got +9.
10 minus that's 10 minus 16 plus 8 minus 3, right?
We are moving. This is where we are moving from, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we move from here to where?
Oh, -6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Minus.
We are done now.
+2.
Yeah.
1,
That's 10
2, 3, 4.
Oh, -1. -1. Yeah.
That will be C what? CX minus BX plus BY minus CY.
CY.
That gives us 10
minus 3 plus 8
minus 16.
minus 16.
What would that give us?
That's
Okay, -1.
7 plus.
That's 7 plus 8. That's 15 minus 16. That's -1.
-1. Yes, that's correct.
All right, let's write it out here. BX minus BX, Abi, minus plus BY minus CY, right?
X.
So call the figure, please.
That's 10 minus 16 plus 8 minus 3.
10 minus 16 plus 8
8 minus 3.
minus
3.
BX is 3, not 16.
It's 10 minus 3 plus 8 minus 16.
It's the same
So,
thing.
but if
Either
you are
route is
following
okay.
the BX is 3.
all right, like this, right?
Yes,
So equals to -1.
1.
So that means we will be able to look at the unused parts, and this is the discovery. Part AW, we have no effect on our cost. AS, we have no effect. But AY has opportunity of reducing our cost by 5 naira per unit. But this man will increase our cost, which is not what we want. BZ will also increase, we don't want it. This also has opportunity of what? Reducing our cost. So when we are dealing with minimization, question, the type we are working on now, for us to know whether we are at optimal level, all your unused MA should either be negative or positive. Do you understand this now?
Come again, please.
If you are dealing with minimization problem, all these our unused parts must be able to give us either negative or positive values. That means they cannot increase your cost. Do you understand that? That means none of them can increase your cost or can reduce your cost rather. You know, zero will not have effect on your cost. Meanwhile, the positive one will increase your cost, and that is not what you are after. So the only two parts that will reduce our cost is what? Parts AY
and CX.
Part what? CX. Which of these two parts will reduce our cost more?
AY.
That means we are dealing with what? AY. So our focus will be on what? Part AY. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we are dealing with part AY. If you are dealing with maximization, for maximization problem, that means we must either have zero or what?
Increase.
Positive.
We must have zero or what? Negative.
All negative.
All negative or zeros. Because you want to maximize profit and someone is giving you negative or zero, that means he can't increase your profit. Do you understand it? It's the other way around when you are doing maximization, because at that point you want to maximize your profit or your gains or your income. And a particular route that is going to reduce your income by 5 naira, you will not take it now. Or a particular route that is going to leave your income the same way, you are not going to take it. But in this case, we are dealing with what? Minimization. So any part that is going to reduce our cost more is what we are going to focus on. So our focus here is now going to be on part AY. What do you have? What part is part AY? AY will move through what?
Minus.
AY, CY, CZ, AZ. Abi? So where do you have part AY now? This is part AY, right? Oh, yeah, AY is moving from here to here, Abi, to here, then back here. Those are the parts for AY. I intentionally brought up part AY so that we'll be able to see the effect instead of adding it to what we have the table. I want to bring it out for us to see here. Hello. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to our initial table and look at all these parts AY. That is AY, CY, CZ, AZ. Abi?
Yes.
Now, look at AY. AY moves AY from here down here. That means you have 10 here, right? We have 10 here. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Then we have 60 here. We have another 100 here. So let's go to part AY and put those figures there. That means there was nothing here. This is 0. This is 10. What do we have here? 60, right?
60,
And this is 100.
100.
Now, all this 0, 0, 10, 60, 100, they are the what? Initial allocation we made.
Yeah.
That gave us 2,350. And we have seen that if you take part AY can reduce our cost by what? By 5 naira. But because there was no quantity in AY initially, we now say we are supposed to take AY part, but we must allocate a quantity to AY. Because it's the quantity you allocate to AY, is that quantity that we are going to save the cost on, right? Now let's look at it. Our AY is plus, minus, plus, Abi, minus. Is that not what we did up?
Yes.
Now, at this point, we are now considering only the negative signs. We have two positive, two negative. Let's look at the negative sign. We are dealing with the negative signs now. How many places do we have the negative signs?
110.
We have it under what?
10
We
and
have a negative sign here, right? And we also have it here. Out of the two negative signs, which one has the lower quantity? 10, which is the CY. Please, it's very, very important. Let me take it all over again. We agreed that parts AY will reduce our cost by 5 naira. Now we say, okay, let us trace out this part AY. We brought out part AY. AY passed through from AY to CY to CZ to AZ. Now, so, okay, let's go to the initial table. From the initial table, we can see that those parts have quantity there. They have quantity, only AY. AY does not have quantity. But we have quantity of 10, 60, and 100. All right. We have put the signs. And I said, in these two signs, we are interested in the negative sign. We have two negative signs, under 10 and under 100. Take the one with the lower quantity. Which of the negatives has the lower quantity?
Yes, sir.
Which of the two sides have negative lower quantity?
10.
Sir?
10.
10.
Yes, this one is tutorial.
All right,
Yes, sir.
10 has lower quantity, right? All right. That means you will now follow the sign back. Where you have negative, take 10 away from it. Where you have positive, add 10 to it. That means here there is a positive sign. That means you say 10 plus 0 because there was nothing there before. This has 10. We say we take 10 away from 10. This has 60. You take 10 away from that 60. This has no, this is positive sign. Add 10 to it. This carries a negative sign. Take 10 away from it. Don't forget that where we are starting from, AY had positive. We add 10 to it. Are you there?
Yeah, you know,
Are you there?
yeah, with you.
Let me do it.
That's lowest allocation.
What did you say?
I'm trying to get what you said. We are picking the lowest allocation, right?
Yes, which is 10 in this case. So now go back to the parts. Any part that has positive, add that 10 to it. Any part that has negative, take away that 10 from it. This is plus here. So that will be 10 plus 0. Here is carrying negative. That means 10 away from 10. This has a positive. That will be what? 60 plus 10. This also has a negative to be 100 minus 10. Are you there?
Yes.
Now, let's now bring it out. So that means AY now asks 10, right? This asks 90. But you can see that 90 plus 10 still give us our allocation of 100. Right? So this has now become what? Unused cell, because we have taken 10 away from the 10. This now has 70. Hello, are you there?
Yes.
Now, from our initial table, bring back all other allocations that we did. You know, I said we are still going to make use of them. There was 80 here before. If you see it's now 80 plus 70, we see about 150 back. What did we now allocate to the others? Please call them for me. That means in our initial listing table. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right. Please call them for me.
BX 90.
BX is okay. This is 90.
BY 110.
110. Our 200 is still standing. Here now, can you see that we have made this unused cell again? Abi? Yeah. It has now become what? Unused cell. But we still have our 80, 70, 150, 200, and 100. Now, for us to know whether we are at optimal level, I said we are now going to take the unused part again and bring them out the way we brought out AY and Co. If you have all negative, we know that we are at optimal level. If you have all positive, we know we are at optimal level. But if you still have anyone that is negative, that means we are yet to get to optimal level. Are you there? Are you there? So what are the unused cells that we have now? What are the new unused cells? Oh, yeah, call it for me. Call the unused cell for me, the unused one. The new unused cell that we have, call them for me.
Sorry, let's go back. Sorry, let's go back again.
We have AWAX. What else? AWAS B what? BW BZ, okay? We are call it AW. AX. What else? B what?
BW.
BW.
CS.
BX.
CS.
CX.
Yes.
Okay, CX.
Then CY.
CX, CY.
Then
we have BZ.
BZ.
Okay, we have BZ, CY, CZ. What happened? At this order, we have AWAS, BW. Do you have BW as unused?
Yes. Yes.
What about CY?
CY is there.
CY or BY?
CY is unused though.
CY, Abi?
Yeah, it's unused.
So that means you have 3 from C. No, we have only 2 from B now. That is BZ, CY. It's BZ.
Yes, it's BZ.
It's BZ that we didn't use. So that means AW now. We now go to AW and move again. That means this is AW. Where do we jump to from here?
Hello, sir.
I'm with you.
You said BZ. We still left it as CZ. BZ, go back to that table.
Oh, okay.
BZ.
All right. Okay. So let's go and look for the part again. All right. Call the part for me. So that means we are jumping from here again. Where do we jump to?
From AW, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah, sisters are not
CW.
talking. AW to CW plus
Four.
1,
So
2,
CZ,
3,
CZ,
4.
4,
Can
yeah.
you see it now? So it's not
Yes.
compulsory because these are what I was says. So you don't jump on them. Jump from
Yeah.
here to, so that would be what? 4 minus 8 plus 5 minus 1. So what would that give us? That's minus 4 plus 5.
Zero.
So that means
Zero.
AW, we have no effect on our part, right?
Yeah.
So let's write it out. That would be what? AW minus CW plus CZ minus AZ. That is 4 minus 8 plus 5 minus 1. That is 0. So we are left with part AX. Let's look at AX again. Sisters are not talking. What's going on?
Oh, sorry, I was
Welcome back. So let's look at parts.
AX.
All right, let's look at part AX now. How do we jump? We can move down here, go back.
BX. Yeah.
So that would be AX equals AS minus BX, Abi?
Yeah. Yeah. Plus.
Yeah. Plus BY.
Y
BPY.
minus.
Minus A1.
So what would that give us? 7 minus
7 minus
3
plus 8
plus
minus
8 minus 7.
minus 7. What would that give us?
5 plus 8 is 12 minus 6.
7 minus 3, that's plus 4. 4 plus 4. 4 plus 8, 12. 12 minus 7. That's
5.
positive 5. So that means that will also increase our, and that's not what we are looking for, right? Is that what we are looking for?
No.
So let's write it out. So we know that that part cannot also do anything for us. AX minus BX plus BY minus AY. That would be 7 minus 3 plus 8 minus 7. That is plus 55. So at that point, we have seen that that part cannot also do anything for us. It cannot reduce our cost. It's only going to increase our cost. And that's not the purpose of considering that part. All right, let's go to the next part. That is, what part is that? Part BX. BX, how will BX move? BW rather.
BW.
I wanted to say BW. How will BW move?
BX, no.
BW to BX.
BW to BX.
BX, BY,
Okay.
and to AY.
To A. Where is
No.
it? No. How do we move back here?
No. BW to BX to
To BX, BW, okay, to BX, okay,
BY.
okay. Set from here to here to here.
Mm-hmm. Same thing. The same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same.
Is it allowed to go to BAZ from AY? That's BW.
Like this.
No, not like that.
No, she's saying that is AY from AY to
From
AZ.
AY to AZ, yeah.
AZ.
Of course.
Is it allowed?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Abi? Oh yeah, where do we move?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There to CZ.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
From here
Can
to
we
here.
start?
This is 1, 2,
2,
3,
3, 4, 5, 6.
5, 6.
6.
How do you down move back here?
Wait, that's yes. Let's see this.
That's why I said if it's going to make you odd number, don't step on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You understand?
No.
Instead of you know, if you step on this and this, you are counting 1, 2, 3. So if you step on this, it will give you odd numbers. Why don't you step from here, jump down here?
From where? I can't see your cursor.
From here, can you see it now?
I will jump BX.
So your BX, don't step on your BX at all.
Okay.
So
Okay,
you
so
move
just
from your BW straight to BY.
Why? Okay.
So you move down to B, then you move every other one that you just said.
Or how do we now come back to BW still?
You come back.
Okay, that's
You know, you want to
here.
get even numbers. So if you step on everything, do you understand now? They will end up giving you odd numbers, which you don't want. So is there any way of you skipping one? Do you understand now? And you can skip. Look at this is 90. Move from here 1, down here, this is 2. Down here, this is 3. Down here, 4. Then down here, 5. Come back here, 6.
So this one.
Do you understand it now? So it will be BW minus BY plus AY minus AZ.
Is it allowed
Plus C.
jump to unused cells?
Of course now. You don't want to jump on water at all.
Okay.
You don't want to jump on water. So you can jump from stone to the nearest zone. Do you understand it now? Do you all understand that? Can you see the way we have jumped now? From BW to BY.
BY.
To AY.
To AY.
AY to AZ.
Then AZ.
AZ to what?
AZ to CZ.
CZ to what?
To CZ.
Because you have jumped these two water.
CW.
Do you understand it now? Sisters, we are not saying anything. No. That would be 12 minus what? 8 plus 7 minus 1 plus 5 minus 8. What would that give us? 12 minus 8 gives 4. 4 plus 7, 11. 11 minus 1, 10. 10 plus 5, 15. 15 minus 8, that is 7. Hello, are you there?
Yes.
So that means this part will not also what reduce our cost, but it will rather increase, and that's not what we want. So let's write it out.
Mario, I have a little question there.
Right? I'm with you. Go ahead. Hello.
Did you get me?
I didn't get your question.
I said all the while we've not been jumping water cells, at least not 2 at a time.
Yes, we can jump them because we don't want to jump on water. We are interested in what? Because if you jump on, if you
Hello?
if you jump here now, we are not supposed to jump on it. You are not supposed to jump on this, and the nearest stone you are looking for is this. So you can skip the 2 and jump on the nearest stone set. Do you get that?
Okay.
Yes. So you can jump on the nearest stone. And if you have 2 stones together, look at this. And you know that jumping on the 2 of them will make your jumpings to be odd numbers. You can skip 1. That's what we
Anyone?
do. You can skip, you need this one to move here. So you can't skip on this. You can only skip on this.
Okay.
You understand? You need BY to jump on AY. So you cannot skip BY. So that's why.
All right.
All right. So let's go and write it out. So that would be BW minus BY plus AY minus AZ plus CZ minus what? CW. That gives what? 12 minus 8 plus 7 minus 1 plus 5 minus 8. We give 7. All right. Any question? Hello?
Yeah.
Any question? All right. The next or you say. The next or you say is our what? CX. No, we still have a CZ. CZ is the next or you say. Oh yeah, how do we move?
CZ or BZ?
CZ.
Why CZ? BZ?
No, it's BZ. I said BZ. I was
Ah,
looking
yes.
for this. So how do we move now?
So from BZ,
From here, okay.
we can move to AZ, to AY, and back to BY.
Can you see that? That is what?
That's simple.
BZ minus AZ plus AY minus BY. So what would that give us? 8 minus 1 plus 7 minus 8. 8 minus 1, 7. 7 plus 7, 14. 14 minus 8, that is positive 6. So that means that part we also do what? We increase our cost by 6 naira. And that's not what we are looking for.
CY.
Mr. Egbeyemi?
Yes, I'm still with you.
Oh, okay. 8 minus 1 plus 7 minus 8. That gives us what? Positive 6. So we are left on what now? CY. So let's look at parts CX before CY. So how do we move? How do we move now?
CY to AZ. And
All right.
C what?
No, we want to move from CX now.
Okay. So CX to
Okay.
BX
CX.
Okay.
to BY
Okay.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, BY, AY, AZ to CZ.
CZ. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
Okay, CX minus BX, right? Plus BY minus AY plus AZ minus CZ. So what is that? 10 minus 3 plus 8 minus 7 plus 1 minus 5. Do you argue with that?
Yeah.
So
10
what,
minus 3
what would that give us?
7 plus 8. 15 minus 7. That's 7 plus 8. 7. That's 8 plus 1. That's 9. 9 minus 5. That's 4.
Okay, that is positive 4. So
Yeah.
that means that part will also not do anything for us. So let's write it out. Which part is it not supposed to be C? Is it CY? Is CX now? CX CY. And I wrote this thing. So this is CX. CX CY. So CX minus what?
CX minus BX
Okay.
plus BY minus AY plus AZ minus CZ.
So
No, CZ, not CY.
okay. What would that give us?
We have 10 minus 3 plus 7 plus
10 minus 3 plus 8.
plus 8 minus 7 plus 1 minus 5.
Minus 7 plus
Plus
7
1.
plus 1 plus 1 minus 5.
give us 7. Abi, what will it give us?
4.
Positive
Plus
4.
4.
So that means that part will not also what reduce our cost. So let's look at the last unused part.
That's 1 plus 5.
The last one is also plus. So
Precious.
so how do we move from this?
Precious.
Okay, I'm with you. So how do we move?
Go and watch that toilet.
How do we move, please?
From CX, from CY, sorry.
Okay.
CY will move to BY.
AY.
AY to AY.
From
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't need to jump on this. I said it. It will make it odd numbers. Why don't you move from here down here? That is
CY.
4. So skip this part.
CX.
Okay.
You understand?
AY. AZ.
So that will be CY minus AY plus AZ minus CZ. That gives us what? 16 minus 7 plus 1 minus 5. What would that give us?
16 minus 7 is 9 plus 1, that's 10 minus 5. That's 5.
Now a positive 5.
Positive 4.
So that means none of the parts will reduce our cost. That's the meaning, right?
Yeah.
It's called the part for me. That is CY minus what?
Plus AY.
Plus AZ
Plus AZ
minus CZ.
minus CZ.
So what would that give us? What? Yeah, one by one, please.
15 minus 7. Oh, 16. Okay.
Plus 1 minus 5.
So that is what? Positive what? 5, right? That will be positive 5. Are you there with me?
Yeah.
So at that point now, since you have no positive values, we have no negative and no zero. So that means we are at optimal what? Solution. You can see it now that any part we take apart from those one we have allocated to, they are going to increase our cost. So this allocation is what? Our optimal what? Allocation. Now let's calculate it now. Let's calculate it. All right, let's now look at the allocation. What do we have? AY, we gave 10 to AY, right? Yeah, call it for me. Oh.
Sorry, please, I want to ask a question.
I'm with you.
This table that we are using, is this northwest?
No, this is stepping stone. No.
This is stepping stone.
Okay.
Yes.
This is stepping stone.
The improvement on the northwest, those one are initial allocation. So the lecturer can tell you to use northwest corner, least cost, or Vogel. Use any of them, then go to stepping stone algorithm to improve your table further. So what's the other allocation under C? That's 70.
Hello.
Sorry, please, I still want to ask a question.
Okay, I'm with you.
I joined late when we are doing stepping stone. How do we allocate this 10, 90, 110, 70, and 80? How do we allocate it?
And you were not around yesterday.
I was around yesterday.
We did yesterday. It's the same thing we did yesterday. Now, we started with the least cost. Yes, the least cost.
Yes, I understand least cost.
Yes. So if you look at the least cost, you will see that our AY, there was no allocation to our AY. The only allocation under A is just the AZ 100. Are you there? Are you there?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
The only allocation we have under A is just to AZ, which is 100.
AZ 100.
Why under the B? We didn't touch any allocation in the B. Why under C? We have a allocation under CY, PW, CY, and CZ. Under the CY, we had only 10 allocations, right? 10. And we had under CZ, we have 60. But because we need to improve and use those unused parts, unused cells, like the analogy I gave, that instead of passing through Lagos Ibadan to get to Ibadan, try passing through Ikorodu Road. You get to Ikorodu, from Ikorodu, you take Ijebu-Ode, from Ijebu-Ode, you link Ibadan. Those are the uses. Now, taking Ikorodu road, are you going to, is it possible to reduce your cost further? And our initial cost under least cost method was 2,350 naira. Now, when that's okay, let's use order on use part. Order on use part, we had the AY. Let me take you to those on use part earlier. These are the unused parts initially. AW, AX, AY.
I understand.
All right.
What
Well,
I
if you
didn't
understand
understand,
that,
how do you allocate
yes,
90?
you can see what I have on my screen now, right? Can you see it? Can you see it? Hello, can you see what I have on the board, on the screen rather? Hello, madam, can you see it?
Sorry, it's network that pushed me out. Sorry.
Can you see it?
I can see it. My question is, when we are using list cost, we started from the list value, which was 1 naira.
Yes.
So I'm saying we did the same thing we will use for this stepping stone to get the 90, 60, and the rest.
Don't mix them together. The reason,
Okay.
you know, the reason why I'm using stepping stone, to see if you can still reduce the cost further from 2,350. Now, so, okay, let's use those unused parts, which are AY and the rest that I showed you up.
I understand those ones.
We now saw
I
that
understand them.
part AY, we reduce our cost by 5 naira per cost per unit. Now, look at what I have on my screen. You can see it, right? Can you see it?
Okay.
Can you see it? So the part AY part is only the part AY is what you have brought out. AY pass through AY to CY to CZ to AZ. We now put plus minus the way we have been doing it. Not okay. Consider the negative signs. We have two positive signs. We have two negative signs. We have two negative signs under AZ and what? CY. AZ and CY. Right? And that's okay. These two negative signs, consider the one that has the lower quantity. The one that has the lower quantity. We have under CY, we have 10 there, right?
Okay.
Under AZ, we have 100. That means the lower one is CY, which is the 10. Now use that 10, take it to those four parts. Where you have positive, add that 10 to it. Where you have negative, take away that 10 from the figure.
Okay.
Under AY, there was nothing in AY. Add 10 to AY. It gives you 10. AZ, you add 100. Take 10 away from
okay.
You have 90. CY, you add 10.
You.
Take 10 away. So that's how we
understand now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm okay now. Thank you.
All right. So we have done the allocations now. Now let's bring them out. You can see from the improvement, we saw that we cannot improve our table further because all of them start giving us positive. So that they cannot reduce our cost. Now write out the allocation that gave us optimal solution. Can you see it, which is what we have written out. Now, like every other one, now bring it to the table. AY, right? How many did you give to AY? 10. At what cost? What is this is 91. So what cost is this? What cost is this? This is what we are talking about. That's 10-7. 10-7, that's 70. What is the next allocation under B? We have BX and BY. BX, BY.
90 and 10.
BX, 90. And what is the cost? What is the cost here? That is 3 and 8.
3 and 8.
This will give us 270, 880. What is the next allocation?
CW.
That's
80.
CW, 88, 75.
What is that?
So this is CW and CZ, right? This is 640. This is 350, right? So what is now the total cost? What is total cost? What is total cost, please? 70 plus 90 plus 270 plus 880 plus 640 plus 350. What would that give us? Huh?
160.
What?
2, 3.
Yeah, I must have missed some.
What is
2,
that?
3.
2,300.
300.
So have you been able to improve our costs or not?
We have
By how much?
15 naira.
By 15 naira. So how did you get the 15 naira? That means we save 5 naira per unit taking AY. Abi?
100 units.
We save 5 naira by taking AY. Right? Are you there? We save this 5 naira. And how many units did you give to AY?
100.
We gave 10 units to AY.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Do you understand it now? We gave 10 units to AY. 5 naira. So if you had not followed AY, you know, initially we didn't follow AY. And we spent 2,350. Now that we are taking, at least we are allocating 10 units to parts AY. We are saving 15 naira. And
Sorry, can you go?
can I go to where?
On the last page you just left.
Yeah, location.
Go down, go up.
Talking about the allocation.
That guy is a madman.
All right, yeah. Okay, I've seen my mistake.
This Mohamed Salah is a madman.
Okay.
Why?
All right. Any other question?
Wow.
No, nothing.
Wow.
For now, I'm good.
All right. Any other question?
Nothing there.
Okay. The answers of any question. All right. We have 11 people here. Sorry, who is using 010195? Huh?
So it's me, Columbus.
Okay. All right, no question.
Sorry, sir. Yeah, it's not a question actually. So I wanted to ask, how soon can we be having these tutorials? Apart from like this weekly thing, is it possible since it's online that maybe even during the week at a certain time we'll have an hour or two
It's not
of this? Is
possible
it
for some
possible?
Not
Yeah,
possible. Not
yeah.
possible, please.
during the week. It's not possible for some people.